Hello everybody, welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 on the new Scottish map by CavalierRoy on Glenleathann. It's been a while since I've done a video or a live stream, just been so busy. But when I seen there was a Scottish map coming out, it just had to be done. So, I have made some changes. So we'll just fly up quickly. So we are on the farm, the bottom in the middle. So the starter farm is this farm up here next to the shop, but we are down here. And I've made some changes. I swapped out pretty much all the buildings. So we have, as opposed to the base game buildings, we have a lot of Lancy Boy sheds and a few more British sheds. So we have a covered silage pit, the British farmhouse, a couple of Lancy Boy sheds. I replaced the cow shed with a feeding robot to a cow shed without the feeding robot. I've put in the slurry extension where some of the cows are sleeping in it at the minute. Moved the manure heap, kept the sheep pen, moved the chicken pen down to the trees there, and like I said, added in a few more sheds, a couple of bale sheds, bits and pieces. It's a nice looking map, very much in the ilk of his other map, Maple. Also machinery we start with, everything's a bit old and run down, so we've got a Lizard L200, but Mitsubishi L200, New Holland 7040, Mass Ferguson 3670, and a 7810 with the big engine conversion. As you can see, all the hours and wear and damage and things on them, plan to upgrade. Some small bits of kit dotted about. Everything came either out of the sale or was easy dev to be a bit old and knackered. We have a small New Holland combine, which will definitely need to be upgraded because the fields are, they're not huge, but not all huge, but decent size. Small baler, the farmhand telehandler, I have grazing enabled, I have Maize Plus enabled, precision farming, enhanced animals. So we are starting off with, we have 11 sheep currently. So we have 5 adult females, one ram and 5 female lambs, and then the same in the cows. We have 5 adult Holsteins, 5 calves, a bull and 5 heifers. I have edit to the Maize Plus food add-on, so the sheep, all categories should be filled up with hay, cows also categories should be filled up with grass silage, chickens should all be filled up with wheat. So again, it's all small old machinery, a small Marshall muck spreader over there and a small Marshall slurry tanker here that we will definitely be looking to upgrade. Field wise, we have a wheat crop and a barley crop in these 2 fields, and we have 4 grass fields around the farm for some silage and hay. There are 5 yards I think on the map, so there's one in the bottom left, the starter farm halfway up that side, one in the top right and one in the middle there. They all have pens and sheds, and the pens hold, I think some of them hold 2,000 cows, 2,000 sheep, 1,000 chickens, etc. And you have a sawmill, biogas heating plant. All the base game sell points and productions are on the map, which is great. And then I also have the slurry manure dealer pack, so we can go and buy some muck and some slurry up at the animal dealer if we wish. Biogas plant up on the top right, and again a few more sell points dotted about and some productions. But we will get round to them as we're going. I have also placed down Mark Thor's magical garden sheds for storing pallets and bags and bales and things. So as you can see, there's a few bags of solid fertilizer that I bought out of the sale page already in there. I think there's a bag of seeds in there as well. This map does come with the big storage pallet and bale storage sheds, but they take up a lot of space, and this takes up very little. So I think we will just crack on straight away. We're in August. As I said, we have 59 of wheat and 91 of barley. We should be ready to harvest. And then the grass fields are also ready to harvest, so we need to crack on with those. So you also have the access to a forklift at the store if required. There is collectibles on the map. I think it's the game cartridges, 50,000 each, I think. If I remember correctly, there's either 10 or 20 of them. But we shall get the Massey Ferguson hooked up to the Marshall trailer, and we shall head off and to field 59. I'm not sure where the gate is into 59. Is it on the road or is it? I think it's. Well, we'll go to 91 because I know the gate is next to chickens. We will get the harvester out, which for a start off is going to need repaired before we go anywhere. Get the trailer hooked up. Be a small workshop here. I'll try and get the header into that as well. Now we're ready to go. So as I said, I've just been so unbelievably busy with work and lots of other things in real life at the minute, so I haven't been able to keep on top of making some content. So hopefully I should be able to get 1 or 2 videos out a week at the minute, with on this map. Now everybody's looking forward to Court Farms. It's supposed to be going into testing hopefully next weekend, being sent to Giants. And a lot of people may be waiting for that. So, but when there was a Scottish map came up, I was like, yep, that's definitely the next one I'm going to try. Yeah, make sure we have our swath enabled. It's not enabled. Definitely need a much bigger combine for these harvests. I mean, that field is a decent sized field to be going. So we'll get round the headland and then fire it on the worker, and we'll go and cut some grass ready for silage. So I hope you're all enjoying the weather we're having. It's a bit too hot, but I'm not going to complain too much. Don't normally get prolonged spells like this, certainly not in this part of Scotland. I think we're due some rain this coming week, but it's still to be a decent forecast. Turning circle in this combine is not very good compared to a lot of others. And again, it's very much like Maple. A lot of the fields are interconnected. Quite a few tracks dotted all over the place, back and forth. I do know Disturbed did a map tour, and he's also got moved his hard mode series over onto this map. So it does have a Scottish geo where temperatures are a bit more realistic, and planting and growing times are very, very much like the UK geo with a few little tweaks. And the contract vehicles have been adjusted to, well, basically it takes out all the American stylized and European stylized equipment and more UK spec. Equipment for contracts. Yeah, we definitely going to need a much bigger combine harvester by the time for getting through these fields. It will definitely be a job for Courseplay with something this small or a worker. A bit of lag there. I was getting in cab. nearly full. There we go. Now with crop damage, this is going to be interesting. Again, with maple, there's removable hedges, so you can combine the fields together and just walk around them with a chainsaw. Find a log in the middle, cut them down. Hopefully this trailer will work in this configuration for grain. I know some, when they're in the silage configuration, don't work for grain, and some do. Again, Marshall's a Scottish brand, based and built just outside Aberdeen, so kind of fitting for a Scottish map. Hit the pipe, so that didn't work so well. I don't want it in the Massey Ferguson, I want it in the harvester. We do have crop damage on, so let's try and as little as possible to drive in the crop. There's obviously been quite a lot of mods out since the last time, and updates and DLCs and bits and pieces since my last videos. The enhanced animal's a big one, with having calves, bulls, etc. in the pens. Which is really good, really realistic. And then you have the Caval DLC, the new Hay and Forage DLC, which I only downloaded it yesterday and I haven't had a look at it at all. So I don't actually know what's included in it at this moment in time. But I'm sure I may be able to give some of it a try, possibly on this. So that's our wheat field there, which we will do next. So when I go to edit this video, it'll be the first time I've used my new editing software, so fingers crossed I've figured it out. And before we bail this, we'll definitely be coming in with the windrower to to rake this up into a few less swaths. I think what we will do is we will stick this onto Courseplay. We'll do 5 headlands in it's such a small header. And we will make sure that he is set to that's the one I'm wanting. Change that to late and early. Combine settings, self unload. He should, in theory, unload on his way past. We're missing one of the headlands there, but yeah, we shall go back and make sure he is going to pick that up. So it's going to take him rather a long time to do that with a 4-metre header, so we're definitely looking at possibly selling and leasing a bigger combine. But we shall jump in the 7810. I'm not sure what the volume is in some of these tractors. It does seem a bit loud through my headset at times. So if you're finding it a bit loud, let me know and I could possibly try and adjust that in my settings. But we shall go and the thing everybody forgets to do when using Maize Plus is switch on the conditioner. I think we'll jump up to field 89 and we'll make a start there. You see, it says ready to harvest, but it's on stage 3 of 3 of forage. So I actually think there's one more growth stage after that. Yeah, because that one's ready to harvest. And that one's not. Yep, so we will go into field 58. So we're using the Glenleathann Ep1 mower from 4D modding. Again, not very big. It'll take a while to crack through these fields. Doesn't help that everything needs repaired. Probably should have done that before I started. We'll fire around this headland, go and repair the tractor and the mower. So there you can see the sugar mill in front of us. Whether we do sugar beets, not sure. We'll definitely do some tatties. And so at some point. Whether I did contemplate adding multi-fruit to the map to do some carrots and to have alfalfa and clover, etc. But I may still do it yet. Go and check on harvester. Seems to have got himself stuck. For some reason he was, by the looks of it, trying to turn round to he's emptied. That's what he was trying to do, was turn round after emptying and got stuck on the fence. We'll just fire him back round to where he finished. Hopefully he should be fine. So we'll just go and get this repaired. The Courseplay menu, and away we go. So I think we shall jump into a quick time lapse while cutting this. And I shall be back with you soon once we get close to the end of the field. As you can see, I'm using the enhanced vehicle mod for GPS. It doesn't work the greatest with offset tools, so I have to keep resetting it each time. The harvester's working away, but definitely taking its time. But we are picking away at the grass field again. Machinery wise, it's going to be a case of if it comes up in the sale and we can afford it and it's bigger and better than what we have, we shall go for it. I do have the enhanced loan mod on, which enhanced finances, enhanced loan system, can't remember exactly what it's called, which we will try and make use of. But it's only episode 1, I don't want to be firing straight in for a loan just to make things a bit quicker yet. Should get some contracts done. We still have to buy a fertiliser spreader, a plough, bits and pieces. We'll need to get either a forage wagon or a forage harvester so I can get the silage into the pit, which I'll probably look to do in the next episode. With using bunker utilities, I can put this in and then cover it and then uncover it and add to it with the next few fields if need be. We will need to do at least one big field of hay, keep the sheep fed. I do like this, the little kit, but we definitely need bigger kit on these fields. But if we start off with big kit straight away, with all the best kit, there's no challenge in improving machinery and building. I'll finish this a little bit. We'll jump over to the harvester, see how they're getting on. So, I think he's on his last headland pass. He'll be going on his ups and downs. So I'll go and tip this in the silo. It's not full, but we may as well while we're there. I think we'll repair this tractor while we're passing as well. Not the greatest tip in animation on that trailer, but well, it worked. I'm going to dump this back in the field so he can auto unload. And I think on that note, while I'm missing bits, I shall call it a day there. I'll get this finished cut and raked up ready for the next episode and get that harvest finished. And we shall take it from there. We shall decide whether we're going to bale this or put it in the pit, whether we get a wagon or a harvester on lease. And I'll see you all again soon. So please drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed it and click that subscribe button. And we'll see what... No, he's blocked by the tractor. There's a surprise. Always park it in his way. So we'll need to find out where his up and down rows are. So if we go to there, not entirely sure where he was going in the first place. So that's the stop there on this up and down, so he must have been going to that corner. The joys of Courseplay. I do have auto drive installed in this, but I don't really do routes, and auto drive guy hasn't brought one out yet, so I haven't been able to pinch that. This must be where we're needing to go. What I will do is I will move this well out the way. If we leave him there, he shouldn't be in the way of any turn. So on that note, I shall say goodbye for now, and hopefully see you all very soon. Thanks for watching.